I'm back. Did you miss me?
Choose wise and I've been in the middle. Blue nuts, I be really tryna get them. On the .5, I remember stacking nickels. On top and I'm being sentimental. Can't lie, everybody know the feeling. Why buy love only a rental?
I'm back. Did you miss me? I thought I had to take a little 2 weeks off just to cool off, you know. So this week's really just getting back into the swing of things with content and building the business as well. I'll give updates of like how the business is going. We're coming on to the last quarter of this whole like 12-week sprint. It's been a long sprint. I think I should sprint in like 3-week sprints next time. But yeah, I'm gonna let you know how it goes. But yeah, right now.
Stay home, I get my dub. She's on the sun, leave them drugs alone. Everybody know the life that I chose. I ain't never gonna forget where I'm from. I ain't never gonna forget where I'm from.
You know what, yeah? ChatGPT, mate, it's a great therapist. I was literally talking to it like it's my counselor earlier. I said, be brutally honest, because you know sometimes it just like agrees with you and validates you, you know, that kind of thing. And I was asking some questions because I've had quite a few opportunities to kind of delve deeper into like software and creating software and that kind of thing. And I was weighing it up, but I know that really I should just focus on what I'm doing. I was asking it like the benefits, the pros and cons of like picking a niche, niching down, like, you know, what everyone speaks about. I believe in niching down, to be fair, but actually doing it in practice is a hard thing because you always feel like you're missing out on something. So I was literally asking a prompt about that, and I'll put it up on the screen what it kind of came back with. I think it is quite an interesting back and forth. But also I'm gonna start tweeting and using Twitter a lot more just to like document like maybe like thoughts, even things like this, interesting takes and stuff like that. So follow me on Twitter as well, but I'll put on the screen the back and forth that we're having. And let me know what you reckon in the comments.
Never lost, I ain't never in between. Get money if it's dirty, it's clean. If I sign on the data for the team, put my niggas on. Started for the love, now it's for the judge. Let my people stay home. I get my dub, she's on the sun, leave them drugs alone. Everybody know the life that I chose. I ain't never gonna forget where I'm from. I ain't never gonna forget where I'm from. I ain't never gonna forget where I'm from.
Yo, you see when you got an idea, you gotta execute ASAP, whatever it is, because like ideas are worthless. Like anyone that's like, oh no, somewhere in the business field knows this, like this is like basic stuff, but there's still loads of people that always like hit me up, yo, I got this idea, and like that's great, but like the idea without the execution is kind of worthless, and the time that it takes you to execute from the idea needs to be like next to none, because that's where like the real value is. You gotta, I think the main thing is, what this like journey is like solidified for me is you have to embrace failing and like even look forward to failing. Like I don't see failure as the opposite of success. I think failure is like on the path of success. So it's like you have to get comfortable with failing and kind of fail fast and aim to fail fast. Like put things out there, see the reaction, try again, go again, and keep doing that. And when something sticks, that's when you gotta double down and really just do what works. Like I'm not even talking about like a lot of people outside of me, because I've been through all of these things as well, and I think we overcomplicate everything. I think we believe, yeah, that the strategy has to be complicated for it to work. Like I think we believe that, yo, the strategy has to be mad complex to separate us from what everyone else is doing. But the strategy was never the hard part, and the strategy is not meant to be the hard part. The execution is the hard part. The strategy is simple, like for anything. Like whatever business that you're doing, double down on what works, stop doing what doesn't work. Like literally basic foundation, simple strategy, but it's executing that which is actually the hard part, and executing it over a long period of time, like with a lot of consistency. Like a lot of the cliche advice, I don't know if you listen to like advice online, but sometimes I kind of tune out because like it's mad cliche, or I stop listening to it or whatever. And I used to think that, they're hiding the answers kind of thing. But the fact is, the simple stuff works. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like when people say, consistency is everything, it is everything. It's just that we can't stay consistent long enough sometimes to really see, like, reap the rewards of what we're doing, and like delayed gratification. Like, we want everything to happen now, and I think the problem with that advice sometimes is there's a lot of nuance in it. There's some things that you're not meant to wait out and keep trying and trying if it's not working, and there's some things that you literally meant to wait for. So it's like, I think the skill is then deciding like which of those things you're actually meant to wait and see what happens, and which of those things you're meant to learn how to quit straight away. We're coming up to the last 4 weeks now of the 12 weeks, and I can't lie, like I was saying earlier, this content thing takes it out of you. Like, I don't think you realise how much like energy goes into it. But I can't wait for this series to finish, if I'm being honest, because I want to start doing some different types of content. I want to start going through more technical things, because the deeper that I go into like my field, I realise like the actual value that I can provide and the value that I actually learn on this journey as well. And I feel like sometimes when I'm doing this week by week content, it doesn't provide me that space where I can get into speaking about anything that's actually gonna help you grow your business. I'm looking forward to doing that kind of content as well. But yeah, as we're going into the last 4 weeks of the series, this is the month where I'm really gonna have to push towards 10k. I fell short of it the last 2 months, but yeah, we're really gonna push towards 10k this month. And I'll let you know, I'll keep you updated with how we got on. With the last 2 weeks or so when I wasn't filming content, obviously take that into account when I say like, obviously this has been going on for 12 weeks. It's been it ended up being a bit longer than 12 weeks, but it is what it is. This is like the raw reality of like building something live in public. The wins, the losses, the failures, getting back to it, it's all part of it. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I think I'll wrap up here. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. The links will be in my bio or description rather. But even when it comes to that, what I've learned about like building up socials as well, I think there's 2 ways of going about like building a personal brand. And I think you can like document your journey as you're doing it live, and you can also go the other way in terms of like building whatever it is you're building and then come onto the social medias after, talking about it and then building up that way, which I think like in hindsight, that's probably there's pros and cons to both, innit? Like, the pros about this one is there's actual valid proof, like when you do get to where you're going, people can actually come and look back when you started out. Like, you can't really beat that kind of social proof, whereas when you've actually made it halfway to where you want to get to, I think it's a lot easier to build your socials, because you're speaking from a much more like rare place. Like, there's loads of people starting out, you get what I'm trying to say, but there's few people that have actually made it to where they want to get to. So I think your content will be taken in a lot more and you'll grow a lot faster that way. But there's pros and cons of everything, man. But I say that to say, yeah, I want to focus on building up the YouTube, and I'm not focused on the other social medias at the moment. But once the business is built, the YouTube will build faster, and then everything else will kind of trickle down from there. So yeah. Bye.